Shota Imanaga. Oh, I love just saying that name. Shota Imanaga. The Cubs have signed the savvy Japanese lefty to a 4-year deal worth $53 million, but the team holds an option to extend Imanaga to a 5th year, with the total then jumping up to $80 million. He can also earn extra pay for winning Rookie of the Year or Cy Young awards, and holds a limited no-trade clause that could upgrade to a full no-trade clause if the Cubs exercise his 5th-year option in 2025 or 26. If the Cubs do end up paying him the $80 million plus about a $10 million posting fee to Imanaga's Japanese team, they're probably still getting better value than they would have gotten to re-sign Marcus Stroman. And they're getting a guy that's 2 years younger. But, of course, the question is, are they getting a pitcher that's going to be as good? Let's start with the 30-year-old stuff. Low 90s fastball from the left side, and then a bunch of different secondary pitches, like all Japanese pitchers. He's got a splitter, a curve, a slider, a sweeper, a cutter, as well as a straight change. I mean, he might have to learn a knuckleball and an E-fist pitch just to keep batters guessing a little bit more. At 30, Imanaga is what he is. He's not going to suddenly add extra miles onto his fastball, and his command isn't going to really improve, as, well, he's actually already got really good control, of most of his pitches. And if anything, he might struggle a bit with his control initially as he gets accustomed to MLB's slightly bigger balls. Once he eventually settles in, expect him to be one of those classic finesse lefty control guys that really don't walk many batters, while still striking out about a batter per inning. Heavy dose of sweepers and sliders against lefties, and more splitters and changeups against the righties that he faces among his secondary pitches. I can see him adjusting to the majors decently, but here's a significant concern that I have for him, especially for Cubs fans. Name me a significant left-handed hitter in the NL Central. Like, looking at the Reds, Cardinals, Brewers, and Pirates, I came up with basically O'Neal Cruz and Christian Yelich, and that's basically it. Meanwhile, righties or switch hitters that he's going to have to face on the regular, Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Arenado, both Contreras brothers, Spencer Steer, Matt McClain, Christian Encarnacion-Strand, Ellie De La Cruz, Brian Reynolds. I mean, it's pretty tough. So we'll have to see. The one positive that he's got going for him is having Dansby Swanson and Nico Horner as his middle infielders behind him, and possibly, perhaps still, maybe Cody Bellinger, either in center field or first base. I mean, they did wonders for all the Cubs pitchers last season, and I expect Imanaga will benefit from that as well. He does have a fellow countryman on his team as well, and often that can go a long way with feeling more comfortable with a new team and new league. I mean, heck, that might even help Seiya Suzuki out a bit in terms of having more fun and accountability in the dugout. Justin Steele should be the ace of the staff and likely opening day starter in Texas, but with a strong spring, I wouldn't be surprised if Imanaga lined up as the team's number 2, or perhaps he'll just be the starter for their home opener April 2nd against the Rockies. Don't be surprised if Imanaga struggles out of the gate like Senga did last year with a 4.15 ERA in April before ending the year at 2.98. But I think in the end, Imanaga should settle into an ERA in the mid-3s with a few more wins than losses, let's say like 10-8, with as many Ks as innings in the 140, 150 range maybe. And perhaps he wins a few more games if the Cubs sign either Bellinger, Chapman, or Hoskins to a long-term deal. And if I were a betting man, I'd say they do go and get one of them, my money being on Bellinger. Although, well, we may have to wait a Boris month to find out. What do you think of the Cubs signing Imanaga for as much as they did? And do you think they'll sign one of the 3 big bats that are remaining? Leave your comments below and like the video. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the frickin' channel so you can continue to be notified of this awesome content. Sheesh.